It's your girl Sequoia, the editor in chief of Rejoicing Hope magazine. Oh my goodness, I have missed you all so much. I am like so excited to be able to talk with you on today. I know it's been a minute. Don't be mad at me. Do not be mad at me. I had a lot going on. I am so silly, y'all. I really am. I'm like, yeah, I am just, yeah, super duper silly. So if we ever hang out in person, I will keep you rolling, like seriously. So, and don't y'all judge me on my singing because I know I'm not a singer. So don't judge me and say, oh my gosh, girl, what note was you singing? I know I'm not a singer, but I like to be silly. So, and I like to have fun with you all as well too. So I hope that you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. I know I did. I stayed here where I am. I didn't go home to South Carolina this year. So I had an amazing time with my friends who really are family to me. They are the new family that God has placed me in. I'm so grateful and so thankful for them. And so we had so much fun laughing and joking, of course, eating great food, delicious food. And one of the conversations that we had that really blessed me, among others, was one of my friends. She was telling us about one of her friends in the faith who has an email list and how he started with like 10 or 15 people on his list. And at times he was a little bit discouraged, and she encouraged him. And for him to be consistent, and his list has grown now to like 500 people. And for me, it blessed me because, of course, you all are on my email list, and just thinking that we're growing and that it's not a huge list right now. And I have no shame in saying that because some people, they don't applaud or celebrate the mere fact if they have one person on their email list. For me, I am grateful. I am thankful because there are people all across this country who are interested in what we're doing in the magazine, what we have to share as a whole, who's interested in hearing my crazy shenanigans and seeing me acting silly. So for me, it blessed me that you all desire to be a part of this journey and to grow with us because the magazine is only 2 years old. It'll be 2 years old next month, actually. And so I'm like, God, you know what? It's a blessing to have people to want to be a part of that journey. And so I want to say thank you so much having you as a part of the magazine email list. It encourages us to keep going, to keep, just sharing whatever it is that God gives us to share and whatever format He wants us to share. So I celebrate you all on today. I really do because I'm like, God, you know what? We can have like nobody on the email list. Well, we have some people that's interested in what we got to say. So I'm grateful for that. And so it just reminded me to, as the word of God said, to not despise small beginnings. And that's something that I wanted to encourage you to take in for yourself, that no matter what it is that you're doing, whether it's writing a book, whether it's starting a business, whether you are creating a community, a group, whatever it is that God has called you to do in this season of your life and seasons to come, to not, get discouraged because you may only have a few people that support you. It's okay. Do it anyway because the more you're consistent with it, the more that you're dedicated to it, the more that it would grow. So you can't expect to put a seed in the ground today and expect a huge crop tomorrow. You just can't. Like it takes time for things to develop. It's a process that seed has to go through. And that's the same thing with us. There is a process that we have to go through when God is using us to be able to do things. And even if you don't see the huge harvest of your work, know that what you're doing now is impacting people now, and it's going to impact more people even later, whether you get to see that or not, because there's so many people that have gone on that we're learning about, that we're studying about even today, but they've been gone for, oh my gosh, like decades, but their work is still here with us. So you have to think about that when you're doing whatever God has called you to do, that you have to start somewhere, and you can't be upset and again feel discouraged, because you the thing about it is you're doing it. There's so many people that desire to do whatever it is that God has placed on their heart, but for whatever reason, whether it's fear, whether it's lack of confidence, whether it's people have, downed them, or, spoken negative, towards them, they don't do it. So the mere fact that you're doing whatever it is that God has called you to do in this season, celebrate that. Be thankful that you're actually doing something, and be proud of it. Be proud of it. You don't have to do it like anybody else. Just do you. And just do you. Like, just plain and simple. You don't have to be like anybody else. You don't have to talk like anybody else. You don't have to dress like anybody else. You don't have to sound like anybody else. Just be you. And so, like I just said, my next point is to celebrate where you are. Because so often we're looking at where we are, we're looking at the people who are around us, and we're like, and I'm guilty of this. I can be honest about it. Like, we're like, God, oh my gosh, I feel behind. I should be here. And at the end of the day, I'm like, look, Sequoia, girl, just rest your nerves, as my grandma would say. Rest your nerves. Just rest them. Just rest your nerves. Like, just celebrate where you are. Be content where you are. Of course, to strive for more, to strive to, do more, and to become better at whatever it is that you're doing in the season. But at the end of the day, you have to celebrate each step that you take to get closer to your goals and to your dreams. You have to, and you can't be so concerned about what's going on around you and what everybody else is doing, because after a while it becomes a distraction, and you're looking at yourself and like, well, God, I'm not there, and I want to do this. No, be where you're supposed to be. Celebrate your journey right where you are. I can't stress that enough. Okay, celebrate your journey right where you are. Okay, don't be looking at nobody else. Okay, because trust me, that is not what you want to do. Because next thing you know, you're doubting yourself, and you're like, God, I don't know if I could do this, because they doing that. So what? That's them. You got to focus on you. Point blank. So next thing is to not give up. Like, for me, that's like so huge. And one thing that I know about me, there are times, especially this year, oh my God, like, where I was like, God, I don't know. I was just serious, like, God, I don't know. I don't know right now. I'm frustrated. I'm tired. I'm worn out. It don't seem like nothing's working. Seems like my life is jacked up right now. I don't know. Like, really, God? What's going on? So I've had those moments where I was just like, look, God, let me just wave my little white flag. And I just want to go somewhere. I don't even know what I want to do. Yeah. So we have those times in our lives where we feel like, giving up. And, some people be all holy and everything like that. Don't get me wrong. I love God. But there are times where we get weary in our well doing. But we have to encourage ourselves and to keep pushing. And for me, what encourages me the most is to know that what I'm doing, whether it's with the magazine, with the podcast, and writing, period, that at the end of the day, that it's not about me. It really isn't. I'm just the vessel that God has chosen to use, to be able to do whatever He needs to do in the earth realm. And so at the end of the day, when I take Sequoia out of the equation, I realize that I have to continue to press, because there are people that God has assigned to me for me to be able to reach them. So if I'm not doing what God has called me to do, then guess what? These lives are not being impacted. Change is not happening. So for me, I don't want to be that person that stops the flow of God. I'm like, God, whatever it is that you want to do, whether I feel like writing today or not, I'm going to do it. Whether I feel like doing a video today or not, I'm going to do it because somebody needs whatever it is that you have placed on the inside of me. So I can't be so careless and so selfish where I get so absorbed with, what's going on in my life. No. I got to keep pressing no matter what. And so I encourage you on today to keep pressing. Keep going no matter what. I don't care if it's financial issues, family issues, marital issues, issue with your family. Don't let any of that stop you because I'm telling you, what's on the other side of all of the things that you're doing with is so much greater. And I know right now it's easier said, but at the end of the day, you have to know that what's on the other side of what you're dealing with right now is so much greater. And you will be glad that you did not give up and that you kept pressing to be able to see the manifestation of all of the work that you had to, put in, and to know that you didn't let anything stop you, that you kept going, and to know that, first of all, you're an inspiration to yourself. You have to inspire yourself before you can be an inspiration to others. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Because at the end of the day, we, as inspiring other people, is saying, hey, I went through hell and back, but I didn't give up and I didn't stop. And so I want to encourage you, to do that on today, to keep pressing, to keep going. And last but not least, know that you have something to offer the world. You have something to offer the world. So often, our gifts and talents are things that we do naturally. Like it just comes natural to us to the point where we're like, oh, that's a gift? Yes. So, whatever it is, whether it's cooking, whether it's art, drawing, writing, whether it's being a speaker, whether it's being a singer, whatever it is, just know that you have something to offer the world. That what you have on the inside of you is pure gold, is treasure. And we have to know that God placed it there. So we can't be, you know, to the point where we're like, God, I don't have nothing. Yes, you do. You do have something. A lot of us are like that, where we're like, God, what do I have? I mean, I was like that too. I'm like, I don't really know, but the more I realized, the more I spent time with God, the more that I was on this journey of, finding out who He said I was, not who everybody else around me said I was, but who He said I was. I realized that, man, it's so much about myself that I don't know. And I realized that we don't really take the time to really get to know ourselves. And sometimes we, just, oh my gosh, just put ourselves down so much. And it's like, no, like to God, you're awesome. You're amazing. You are the apple of His eye. He's like super duper proud of you. Like nobody can be more proud of you than God. Like seriously. So you have to know that, and you have to know that you're gifted, and that your gifts, they matter, and they, as you're exercising them, they will impact the world, they will impact the lives, and also your life as well. So you will be blessed by just being obedient and doing what you know that you're supposed to be doing, regardless of what anybody else says or how anybody else feel. Just operate in your gift, do what God has called you to do the way that He has called you to do it, because again, nobody can do it like you. They can't do it. I mean, they just can't. Nobody can be you. And so that's what I'm learning. Like, oh my gosh, like, God, you know what, at the end of the day, we are walking treasure chests, and it's so much on the inside of us if we would just let go of the negative thinking, our past, and all of the negative words that have been spoken, over us and to us, if we just like, God, you know what? All of that, that don't even apply to me. Like, seriously. So I just wanted to just give you that word of encouragement on today. And again, to say thank you so much for being a part of the journey of Rejoicing Hope magazine. And I just look forward to growing together and just hearing, the things that God is doing, in your life. And so just be encouraged on today. And know that we love you and know that we appreciate you. So you have a blessed day. Bye.